Hi Cambridge class, this is our final lesson on negative numbers this week, and we're going to focus again on calculating like yesterday. Here is your warm-up challenge. Teddy is on the 4th floor of an office building which is 14 metres above the ground. Rosie is in the underground car park which is 3 metres below the ground. How far apart are they? Show your answer on a number line. Pause the video while you draw yourself a number line and work out the answer. Okay, so I've got my number line here and I'm going to label it. So Teddy is on the 4th floor of an office building which is 14 metres above the ground. The relevant information is that he is 14 metres above the ground. Rosie is in the underground car park which is 3 metres below the ground. So I'm going to call that -3. And here, that's ground level, 0. How far apart are they? I've got to work out how much there is between -3 and 14. So I'm going to draw myself some jumps. So I'm going to jump from -3 to 0 and jump from 0 to 14. So I add on 3 to get to 0, then I add on 14 to get from 0 to 14. So -3 add 3 makes 0, 0 add 14 makes 14. So altogether I've added on 17. So they are 17 metres apart. Whitney visits a zoo. The rainforest has a temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. The Arctic room has a temperature of -24 degrees Celsius. Show the difference in room temperatures on a number line. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, so the rainforest room is 32 degrees and the Arctic room is -24 degrees. I need to work out how much there is between -24 and 32. I'm going to put 0 here. I need to work out what I've added on to -24 to get to 0 first, then from 0 to get to 32. So -24 add 24 makes 0, 0 add 32 makes 32. So altogether I've added on 24 add 32, which is 56 degrees. So the difference is 56 degrees Celsius. If you look at these numbers here, 24 add 32 actually makes 56. Thinking about why that is, jumping up to 0 and jumping up to 32. Okay, we're going to answer some questions using, if you want to use it, this -20 to 20 number line. Answer the questions below. The temperature rises by 15 degrees from -4 degrees Celsius. What is the new temperature? We're going to have a go at this one together. So it rises by 15 degrees from -4, which means that it was -4 to start with. And it's going to rise, which means go up by 15 degrees. What is the new temperature? So I could count in ones until I've jumped on 15 times, or I can jump up to 0 and think, what have I added on so far to get from -4 to 0? I've added on 4. What do you add to 4 to get to 15? You add on 11. You've got to add on 11 more. So 0 add 11 makes 11. So what is the new temperature? So it was -4, it's risen 15 degrees, so you've added on 15 to that, and we now have 11. The new temperature is 11. If you were to write the calculation, you have done -4, add 15, and you've got 11. Now have a go at the other questions. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, this time the temperature falls from 11 degrees to 2 degrees. So it was 11 degrees and it's now fallen to 2 degrees. So 11 something, think about the operation, equals negative 2 degrees. How many degrees does it fall? So if it's falling, it's getting less. So 11 take away something equals negative 2. So what I could do is use my number line. 11 degrees take away something equals negative 2. So I could jump to 0. 11 take away 11 equals 0. 0 take away 2 equals negative 2. So altogether I've taken away 13. So how many degrees does the temperature fall? It falls 13 degrees. What is the new temperature? 11 degrees. The temperature is 6 degrees Celsius. It falls by 8 degrees. What is the temperature now? So it is 6 degrees, but it falls by 8 degrees. That means I've got to take 8 away. It was 6, but it's fallen 8. And I've got to work out what my new temperature is. So 6 take away 6 equals 0. So I've taken away 6 so far. Think about how many more I need to take away, so that I've taken away 8 altogether. I need to take away 2 more. 2 more. And I'm left with negative 2. Temperature now is negative 2 degrees. And the last one, the temperature is 3 degrees. How much must it rise to reach 5 degrees? The temperature is negative 3, which is here. How much must it rise to be 5 degrees? So what must you add to negative 3 to get to 5? So you're doing negative 3 plus what equals 5. So negative 3 add 3 equals 0, and then 0 add 5 equals 5. So altogether you've added on 8. So negative 3 must rise by 8 degrees to get to 5 degrees Celsius. Have a go at these questions and pause the video while you do this. Okay, E, what is the difference in temperature between negative 4 and 14? So we can use the number line again. Negative 4, add what makes 14? Think about your jumps. You can jump up to 0 and then jump up to 14. Negative 4, add 4 makes 0. And then 0 add 14 makes 14. So altogether you've added on 18 degrees. My 1 doesn't always work. F. The temperature was negative 5 degrees. It falls by 6 degrees. What is the temperature now? So the temperature was negative 5, but it falls by 6, which means we've got to take away 6, getting further away from 0. What is the temperature now? So negative 5, take away 6. Well, 5 add 6 is 11. It's going to be 11 degrees. Negative 11 degrees. G. The temperature is negative 11 degrees. It rises by 2 degrees. What is the temperature now? So if it rises, you've got to add it on. So the new temperature will be negative 9. And the last one, the temperature is negative 20. How much must it rise to reach negative 5? So it was negative 20. What must it rise by to get to negative 5 in the end? So how much is there between negative 5 and negative 20? Well, I know the difference between 5 and 20 is 15. It's going to be exactly the same. It must rise 15 degrees to get to negative 5. It's not going to rise negative 15 because you're adding on here. Negative 20 add 15 will get you negative 5. So 15 degrees is the answer. Let's do this one together. Becky is watching the weather forecast. In Antarctica it is negative 12 degrees and in Sweden it is negative 3 degrees. Becky says it is warmer in Antarctica because 12 is greater than 3, which we know is wrong. Yes, 12 is greater than 3, but that doesn't mean that negative 12 is greater than negative 3. So why is Becky incorrect? You could say Becky is incorrect because negative 12 is smaller than negative 3 degrees because it's 12 less than 0, whereas Sweden with negative 3 degrees is only 3 less than 0. Let's read this answer. Becky is incorrect because with negative numbers, as you move in steps further away from 0, the digits increase, but in fact, the number is getting smaller. Negative 12 is further away from 0 than negative 3 and is therefore colder in terms of temperature. Your turn to have a go at trying to explain this one. Try and write a really clear answer. Pause the video while you do this. Mary is watching the weather forecast. In Iceland it is negative 7 degrees and in Alaska it is negative 17 degrees. Mary says it is warmer in Alaska than in Iceland because 17 is greater than 7. Why is Mary incorrect? So Alaska is negative 17, in Iceland it is negative 7. Mary says negative 17 is warmer than negative 7 because 17 is bigger than 7. So why is Mary incorrect? So yes, 17 is bigger than 7, but negative 17 is smaller than negative 7 because as you get further away from 0 with negative numbers, the numbers are getting smaller. So negative 17 degrees is 17 less than 0, but negative 7 degrees is just 7 less than 0. So negative 7 is warmer than negative 17. Have a go at this, but to prove some statements. This alien recorded the temperature on their home planet at the same time every day for a week, and we've seen these temperatures before. Are these statements true or false? And prove it. Monday was 6 degrees colder than Sunday. I'm going to do these ones together. Monday was 6 degrees colder than Sunday. So Sunday was negative 19, Monday was negative 13. I know that negative 13 is warmer than negative 19. I know that negative 13 is 6 degrees warmer than negative 19. So this is false. That's saying that Monday is colder than Sunday, but actually Sunday is colder than Monday. Sunday is 6 degrees colder than Sunday. Number 2. Wednesday was the warmest day. So we've got negative 13, negative 4, 2, negative 10, 5, 1, negative 19. So is 2 degrees the warmest temperature, the highest number that we've got here? Yes, it is. That is true. And 3, Friday was warmer than Tuesday. Friday was negative 5. Tuesday was negative 4. This is saying Friday, negative 5, is warmer than negative 4. That is false. Negative 5 is colder than negative 4 because negative 5 is further away from 0. It's 5 degrees less than 0. But negative 4 is just 4 degrees less than 0. So Tuesday is warmer than Friday. I'd like you to have a go at proving whether these are true or false. Try and explain them as clearly as you can. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, so Saturday was 5 degrees warmer than Friday. Saturday was 1 degree. Friday was negative 5. Is it 5 degrees warmer on Saturday than Friday? I need to work out the difference between 1 and negative 5. Thinking about a number line, negative 5 is here, 1 is here. I quite like to jump up to 0. So negative 5, add 5 makes 0, add 1 more makes 1. So I've actually added on 6 degrees. So it's false. It's actually 6 degrees warmer than Friday. B, Sunday was the coldest day. So looking at all of your options, which is the lowest temperature? The lowest temperature is negative 19, which is Sunday. So that is true. C, Tuesday, negative 4, was colder than Friday, negative 5. We know that that is false. Negative 4 is higher than negative 5. Negative 5 is 5 degrees less than 0. Tuesday is 4 degrees less than 0. So Tuesday is actually warmer than Friday. And this one, if Friday had been 5 degrees colder, it would have been the same temperature as Tuesday. If Wednesday, which is 2 degrees, was 5 degrees colder, so if you take away 5, it would have been the same temperature as Tuesday. So is 2 degrees, take away 5, negative 4. Think about a number line. 2 degrees, take away 5. If I take away 2, I'm going to get to 0. If I'm going to take away 5, I've got to take away 3 more. 0 take away 3 is negative 3, not negative 4. So that is false. Got 2 challenges to have a go at now. Challenge 1. True or false? The temperature outside is negative 5 degrees. The temperature inside is 25 degrees. So the difference is 20 degrees. Is that true or false? 4 less than negative 6 is negative 2. 15 more than negative 2 is 13. Explain how you know whether each statement is true or false. Pause the video while you do this. Go over the answers. First one is false. The difference is 30 degrees because it is 5 degrees from negative 5 to 0. Added to 25 totals 30. So you've got a number line, negative 5, add 5 makes 0, and then add 25 makes 25. So altogether you've added on 30. Second one, 4 less than negative 6 is negative 2. That's false. It's negative 10 because the steps are going further away from 0. So negative 6 take away 4, it's getting further away from 0, so it's going to be negative 10. 15 more than negative 2 is 13. True. Negative 2, add 2 makes 0. Add 13 more equals 13, and that means you've added on 15 altogether. Challenge 2. Put these statements in order so that the answers are from smallest to greatest. The difference between negative 24 and negative 76, so work out what that number is. The even number that is less than negative 18 but greater than negative 22, work out what that answer is. The number that is halfway between 40 and negative 50, work out what that answer is. And the difference between negative 6 and 7, work out what that answer is. Then once you've done that, put the answers in order from smallest to biggest. Pause the video while you do this. Okay, the difference between negative 24 and negative 76 is 52. The even number, less than negative 18 but bigger than negative 22, is negative 20. Halfway between 40 and negative 50 is negative 5. The difference between negative 6 and 7 is 13. So to put them in order from smallest to biggest, you've got negative 20, negative 5, 13 and 52. That was a tricky one. I hope you've learnt lots about negative numbers. See you next time.